Hi guys! Welcome to another video of Fun Zone. Hope you are all well. First thing first. If you are new to our channel, then you know what you have to do. Yes, subscribe to our channel Fun Zone and smash the like button. Also press the bell icon to get instant updates of new videos. Okay, so let's start today with Blox Fruits Trading Guide. Please keep in mind all of this is based off what people will trade for a fruit, not how good it actually is. Everything you need to know about trading in Blox Fruits and how to thrive. Trading was a new feature added in Update 15, which allowed players to exchange fruits and game passes amongst themselves. As of Update 17.3, players can only trade in two select areas: the Café, Second Sea, Kingdom of Rose, and the Mansion, Third Sea, Floating Turtle. Keywords and their meanings. GP, this acronym refers to game passes. Usually these items are only prevalent in very high-value deals. Fodder fruits, smaller fruits that are used to increase the value of a trade to conform to the trade value limiter. What is actual value? The trading bracket that you could get for it is referred to as the actual value. For example, human Buddha has an actual value of 2,700,000, which is significantly higher than its in-game value, but this means that you could easily trade it for a fruit like gravity, if you traded with the right people. Another example is the love fruit, which has a lower actual value than its in-game value of 350,000, implying that you are unlikely to find someone willing to give you a fruit worth more than its actual value for it. Fruit values. The current fruits available to trade, their value and their actual trading worth. Leopard currently has the highest value of any fruit in the game, with Doe coming in second. Some players will even offer game passes in exchange for a single leopard fruit. Because of its simple M1 combos, it has a high PvP potential, and because it has an M1, it has some credibility as a grinding fruit. Except for the high mastery requirements, which you won't have to worry about if you don't eat it before reaching level 1000. It is recommended that you do not eat this fruit but rather store it because of its incredible value, which you could trade for GPs that would benefit you far more. The ability of leopard to be traded for a GP is what gives it its insane actual value. This fruit used to be the #1 fruit on the market. Everyone wanted it. It has excellent PvP potential with its untransformed moves, and once transformed you gain the defense bonus of a Buddha and a new array of moves. This fruit is one of the few able to counter Doe Awakening and thus is still somewhat sought after due to its renowned power. Dragon is even capable of dominating the leveling competition with its low knockback moves and tick damage. The only downside is that it is not built for close-range combat and is recommended to pair with a powerful fighting style. You could still fetch a decent price with one of these and obtain pretty much whatever fruit you want. The trading on this was most profitable before Update 17.3 and is now in less demand. The Soul fruit is one of the most valuable fruits in Blox Fruits. Soul's ability to summon buddies to assist them in battle is unique. It aids in PvP and leveling. Soul not only has this passive ability, but they also have a number of powerful moves that aid them in combat. The fruit's uniqueness contributes to the majority of its value and what you will get for it. Despite little to no demand from the community, it is a valuable fruit that will serve well in trades. When it comes to trading, one of the worst mythical fruits is Control. This is most likely due to its poor ability to grind and PvP. While Control appears to be a cool fruit on paper, it simply does not live up to its name. Despite its flashy and fast moves, it is simply unable to compete in combat with some of the higher-valued fruits on this list. Despite this, this fruit continues to command reasonable prices due to its previously mentioned flashy moves and small but devoted fanbase. Because of these factors, you might be able to get a fair price for your Control fruit, but you might also be able to get it for cheap if you play your cards right. Venom is currently one of the game's most powerful fruits, rivaling Dragon and even Leopard. Its moveset can completely destroy players and bosses in combat while maintaining a strong defense. This fruit, when combined with other high-tier fruits, can be traded for a GP. Holding onto this fruit is a wise move because it is capable of obtaining almost any fruit you desire when traded with the right person. The shadow fruit is one of the few fruits that are accurately valued. With its passive Umbra meter that allows the use of its powerful abilities, this fruit has a lot of PvP potential. Despite being a paramecia that cannot protect its user from damage, the fruit ranks among some of the best grinding fruits. Its flight ability, similar to Venom's flight move, allows the user to deal massive damage over time. This fruit can make a significant contribution to a trade and is likely to be used to persuade undecided players. The dough fruit is currently overpriced for what it is worth. After update 17.3, people will pay ridiculous prices for this fruit. While some may argue that it is worth it, obtaining this fruit may fetch you a fair price, with some even offering GPs. Its PvP potential is insane and will likely destroy the majority of your opponents. Additionally, its grinding capabilities are adequate. With a Logia effect, you can easily grind some levels while fending off potential bounty hunters. With the current demand, it is recommended that you hold on to this fruit until you find a trade where you are completely winning. Gravity is well known as the worst mythical fruit. Its difficulties in PvP and overall low demand have resulted in it being overshadowed by faster, more powerful fruits such as Venom and Dough. Gravity did receive a rework in recent updates, returning some of its value, but it is still well known as a generally bad fruit. However, if you play your cards right, you can use this fruit in conjunction with certain fodder fruits to sneak your way to a better one, like Paw, Rumble, or even if lucky a Shadow. Due to its lackluster moves, Paw is a rare fruit to see in use. However, this does not detract from the fact that it is an exceptional fruit with excellent PvP capabilities. It is common to see it traded for less than it's worth. Take advantage of this and trade it up. Because of this, it is a simple fruit to trade for profit. When combined with fodder fruits, you can trade upwards towards a mythical such as Gravity. Rumble is one of those fruits that is primarily used for trading. While there are a few people who actually want the fruit to eat, they are few and far between. This fruit is similar to Paw in that it has decent moves but nothing special, which serves only to limit the fruit's demand and thus trade value. It's a quick fruit that can be added to a trade to boost its value and persuade the opposing player. Unawakened, Bird Phoenix does mediocre damage for grinding and struggles in PvP, but once awakened, it is excellent for most activities. Bird Phoenix's X ability stands out from the rest due to its unparalleled healing ability, which propels its value upwards on its own. However, the awakening of this fruit is widely regarded as unprofitable due to its high cost and low return. This fruit is still in demand, you just need to find the right people. String is one of those fruits that no one wants, but no one dislikes either. It has decent PvP potential if you have great aim, and its awakened X move Silk Prison, Birdcage, serves well in basic leveling because of its large area effect factor. While unawakened, it serves in the bottom half of all fruits in the game. However, once awakened, it can carry you straight to max level while also earning you some decent bounty or honor. When these elements are combined, the string fruit's actual value is determined. Currently, Buddha has an extremely inflated price and can be traded for a reasonable sum with the right person. Its ability to grind extremely easily when transformed is what has given this fruit its insane value. Whether or not this fruit is worth it with its extreme value is up for debate, but players across all three seas will be begging for it. It should also be noted that due to the game's value limit system, this fruit can be difficult to trade. It's a good idea to have a few extra fodder fruits on hand to boost the value of your trade when trading for a higher value fruit. Quake is one of the fruits with a fairly accurate value, however, not many people are currently looking to trade for it, which would significantly reduce its value if it weren't for its ability to host advanced raids. Currently, Dough is very popular, and luckily for Quake, a fruit worth 1M+ is required to begin the raid, giving it a decent use. While Quake has some PvP potential, it is not advised because it will be difficult to compete with stronger fruits such as Dragon and Awakened Dough. It is also important to remember that it can be used as a fodder fruit in some higher value trades. Because of its exceptional mobility and lack of Blox Fruit stat points, Door is the go-to fruit for a sword main, giving the ideal ability for a sword main without sacrificing melee and sword damage. This fruit is also great for anyone who doesn't want to fight because it makes running away easier than ever before, allowing players to simply teleport to the other side of the map and back, allowing the player to lose bounty hunters. While the fruit itself is not great at dealing damage, it pairs the user with exceptional mobility, especially if they don't have that capability with their current loadout. The only disadvantage of this fruit is its low damage. Magma, one of the best grinding fruits in the game, performs admirably in trading not only as a fodder fruit but also as a singular. It is frequently regarded as the second best grinding fruit after Buddha, and when awakened, it can walk on water, allowing it to easily hunt sea beasts. The fruit also performs admirably in PvP, with its massive damage rivaling that of some mythical fruits. Barrier is a great fruit for first-time players. It has acceptable combo potential and strong damage. The fruit boasts 4 powerful moves that allow for great and epic battles. However, after the first sea, it becomes pretty much useless. In spite of this, the fruit makes for an excellent fodder fruit, allowing the player to beef up the value of their trade significantly. Rubber is an interesting fruit because it's the main protagonist's fruit, which can spark some roleplay for some individuals, but it significantly lacks in the combat department. Following update 17.3, Rubber was given a rework which allowed Rubber to regain some of its lost value from its poor PvP and grinding capabilities, but not enough to redeem this fruit. This resulted in it being labeled a fodder fruit and used primarily to beef up trades. The love fruit is the perfect example of a fodder fruit. Its in-game value is extremely high compared to its actual value. It isn't a good PvP fruit and it isn't good for grinding either. However, because of its ability to beef up trade values, it earns some of its value back, but not enough to redeem itself entirely. Its value is too high to be used on a normal raid, but also too low for an advanced raid. Thus its value is significantly lower than it's portrayed. Light is an interesting fruit when it comes to value because it can vary significantly between seas. This is because in the first sea, Light is widely agreed upon as the best fruit for grinding because of its low mastery requirements and its ease of use for grinding. The fruit is also competent in PvP, granting the player a better level of defense while they grind. However, once you reach onwards into the second and third sea, the fruit's value diminishes drastically as more powerful fruits become more commonplace. Before the door fruit was added, Light still retained some of its value through its incredible speed. However, following the addition of this new fruit, Light's value fell rapidly due to it no longer being the fastest fruit. The diamond fruit is another perfect example of a fodder fruit. Its high in-game value gives it the perfect ability to be traded in larger deals to conform to trade value limiters. Not only is the fruit good as a fodder fruit, but it can also be a decent substitute for Buddha in early levels while you grind. This is because of its hardening ability, which gives similar effects to Buddha minus the damage boost. The fruit is great for sword mains who don't have a need for a powerful fruit because the 25% damage resistance would be a powerful passive ability to have. However, this fruit would not fare well on its own due to its weak abilities, and this is why it has been kept close to its original value. Revive serves practically zero purposes other than being a fodder fruit. Its last ability is competent for PvP, which gives it some value to a sword main which could use the extra life points. The move allows the player to regain half of their life after death, which could be very beneficial in PvP. However, this alone is not enough to redeem the fruit, which is the logic for its actual value. Dark is one of the only fruits with an in-game value below 1 million that is widely used and renowned as an excellent fruit. It has amazing PvP potential with its large collection of stun abilities that are remarkable in combos. It has the Logia effect that only strengthens its credibility for grinding. This fruit is especially powerful when awakened, which is not difficult because dark raids are one of the easiest in the game. Sand is an example of an underappreciated fruit. While sand isn't as powerful as other Logias such as magma, it still holds up in PvP and its moves have virtually no knockback, making them perfect for grinding. It's another simple fruit that should be valued at well above its current in-game value. Ice is the epitome of an underappreciated fruit. Its in-game value is extremely low and you can easily snatch a few. Its PvP potential is off the charts with powerful stun abilities that cannot be rivaled even by the best. Its Logia effect only adds to its value and reinforces its grinding capabilities. While it is unlikely its in-game value will be increased, it's recommended to hold on to a few as high-value fodder fruits. This fruit is another example of a fodder fruit but also doubles as a raid fruit like kilo and spin. It can be used for beef trades, but it can also be used for a raid or two. Falcon does not fare well when it comes to PvP or grinding. Its powerless moves paired with its end lag give the opponent the perfect opportunity to finish them off. While it has the capability to fly, which is rare for early levels, it doesn't make up for Falcon's lack of power. Flame is an interesting fruit. It is a Logia, so it is good for low-level grinding, but none of its moves is particularly good for PvP or high-level grinding. When compared to a more powerful fruit like Ice or Light, Flame pales in comparison, forcing players to rely on their fighting styles or swords. The key difference is relatively easy to identify. Flame lacks any moves that can help with grinding, as well as an M1. As a result, Flame's value will remain constant, placing it within the same range as Smoke. While Spike used to be practically the worst fruit in the entire game, the recent update gave Spike a much-needed rework. With its new and improved moves, Spike is actually capable of participating in combos. However, the fruit is still incapable of being anything better than a fodder fruit and the occasional raid payment. Smoke is the first fruit to grant the user a Logia effect, which protects the player from enemy damage, assuming the enemy doesn't have enhancement. Its flight Smoke Bomber also gives it an advantage in PvP, allowing the player to keep the enemy at bay while regaining life points. While the fruit cannot compete with most fruits above it in terms of abilities, it does serve a purpose in the early stages of the game. It should be noted, however, that you cannot trade in the first sea, which defeats the purpose of the fruit because it is no longer viable by the time the player is able to trade. Bomb is the original worst fruit in the game. After its rework, Bomb was given a few credible moves that consisted of traps and powerful AoE moves. However, the fruit is still best used to pay for raids to awaken better fruits. Spring is in a similar boat as all the other fruits below it, given that its only real value comes from its usefulness for purchasing raid chips. It does have a bit of usefulness in PvP due to its good maneuverability. However, since the fruit is so common and there are many better options, the trading value is limited to raids. Chop is also similar to Spin and Kilo, being that it has almost no trading value whatsoever. It does, however, have a small amount of value as a fruit for grinding raids due to being very easy to obtain. However, it can make a competent fruit for a sword main, as it allows the user to be completely immune to any type of sword damage, which can be a powerful passive bonus. Which is why its actual value is much higher than the other common fruits on this list. Spin is practically identical to Kilo, in that no one really wants it. It has practically zero grinding potential and even less PvP potential. However, similar to Kilo, it has one last hope, being raids. Simply because it can be used to grind fragments and awaken fruits, it regains most of its value, even surpassing its actual value slightly. Kilo, renowned as the worst fruit in the game as of update 17.3, has very few uses. Even new players are not interested in this fruit, opting to wait out a better one. This drops Kilo's overall value dramatically from its already insignificant value. However, Kilo has a saving grace, being raids. This fruit's overall lack of value actually contributes to its usefulness when it comes to trading and raids. Being able to pay for a raid, saving players hundreds of thousands of belly in the process, which is the reason for its significantly higher value. We will be sharing more videos on Blox Fruits and many other games. Also share this video with your friends. Subscribe to channel and like the video. Till next time, stay safe and follow us for more upcoming gaming coverage. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.